Please, tell me why I liked Predator Badlands more than any movie I've seen in the last several months. Tell me why! I don't understand! For those of you who are OG fans of this channel, you might remember a little series I used to do called Lightning Reviews. You may recall a review I did of a little movie called Prey, the last in a very long line of the Predator franchise before Badlands. It was a prequel that took place in colonial America in the 1600s or something. It featured this girl as the main character, and I gave it quite a scathing review. It was clearly written by a white man who really didn't give a shit about the storyline, but somehow landed on a female main role in an indigenous setting. Like, what the fuck? Despite that same year, one of the producers for the movie coming to my college and talking about the making of it. And I remember telling a lot of my classmates, like, hey, this movie fucking sucks. But a lot of them liked it for whatever reason, but I didn't. I just didn't, okay? It was corny, acting performances were shit, the whole timeline and plot just didn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, let me get this straight. You're gonna try to tell me that an indigenous person from the 17th century outsmarted a highly intelligent alien whose entire existence is predicated on hunting humans with extremely advanced weaponry. You know what?
I need to calm down.
That's neither here nor there. Point being, that one kinda ruined the franchise for me. I loved Alien vs. Predator. I thought the original was alright, despite being kitschy Arnold Schwarzenegger pre-CGI fight sequences.
One ugly motherfucker.
But needless to say, after Prey, I had negative expectations going into Badlands. Mostly the only reason I even saw this in the theaters is because I wanted to go see a movie in the theaters with my good friend.
You know who you are?
And it was literally the only one that night that had a 7.5 or higher on IMDb. The only one! Right, Wicked for Good. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go see that one.
Fuck off.
But seeing this movie in XD was one of the best decisions I've made in recent memory. So let's talk about it. Now, right off the bat, we get this classic opening sequence with Prey being eaten by Predator, being eaten by bigger Predator, etc. And add this daunting Mongolian throat singing in the background. I mean, I was hooked. It even got me wanting to practice my throat singing again, which, singing again. Why is that so hard to say? It even got me wanting to practice my throat singing again. Singing again. What the fuck? It even got me wanting to practice my throat singing again. Singing again. Okay, alright, I'm done. And then, almost immediately, we get introduced to Predator's home planet, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't seen that in any other movies? I'm probably wrong, okay? I don't do enough research before making these videos. So it was already a fresh perspective, at least for me, on the Predator universe. And that's a good sign. I felt the same way about Alien Romulus when I saw it in the theaters. I mean, it forces the filmmakers to use some kind of innovation here, some kind of original thought, instead of just throwing the first script into ChatGPT and telling it to
make this seem different to a 2-year-old.
But I was still skeptical, okay? We see far too much Predator here without his mask, showing some kind of emotion, and even farther too much of their weirdly Western contrived language, since we get to meet the whole family, including brother, who sacrifices his life, and father, who's just a complete piece of shit. But I gotta say, seeing Predator, or Dick? Is it Dick? Fighting to the death against his brother, then getting saved by his brother, then watching his brother getting brutally murdered in front of him, then getting launched to the most dangerous planet in existence and crash landing before we ever even see the title on screen. That was pretty sick. We're talking about like a 30-minute intro to this movie, and I love it. And again, it's a great concept and a slightly different one than the other movies have shown, which is pretty rare for sequels these days. Gladiator 2, I'm looking at you. Now Hunter becomes the hunted. Or whatever J.J. Jameson would say. I don't know. I'm not J.K. Simmons, all right? The way the filmmakers interpreted this planet, whose entire existence is predicated on being the most deadly, was actually pretty cool. Facets of nature that we as humans are accustomed to knowing as harmless or not even noticeable are turned on their head, all the way down to blades of grass becoming literal razor-sharp blades. And of course, Dick ends up using this hostile environment to his advantage in the end, creating his own weapons from the nature around him. And yeah, I could sit here roasting the other characters, this bisected android Thea that just won't shut the fuck up, the little mischievous monkey guy Bud, or Butt? Was it Butt? That kept mimicking Dick, or Dick's, behavior in the most corny way possible? Right, so you're telling me Dick and Butt and Android Yapper become besties and take down a human settler colony. Sure, buddy. Sounds like a great movie. But seriously, Badlands shocked me with how not bad it was. Despite the stupid-ass Predator language, the somewhat contrived plot, the fact that the filmmakers showed Dick dealing with the trauma of losing his brother, like, yeah, I did not see that coming. I really enjoyed this movie. The action scenes were dope, and creative, like this one, where Thea uses both halves of her body separately to kick a bunch of androids' asses. And this climax scene where giant monster goes up against giant mech, a clash that reminded me a lot of the golden age of early 2000s sci-fi. The world building I actually got very hype about, because it reminded me of something I said in my review on Alien Romulus. Roll it. I want more of whatever this world is. And that's a request, not just like a wish. Like, that's, please do that. This is the exact kind of universe expansion that I was talking about, especially when I realized that Alien and Predator have crossed paths already. Twice. I don't want to jinx it, But if we don't get another Alien vs. Predator soon, I might just shed a tear. Or die. I'm not sure which one. And it really just had me thinking about the whole concept of predator, this idea that through the natural process of evolution, more sentient species like prehistoric humans became hunters and gatherers, while this species, Dick? Again, I can't get over why they made Deck and Bud two of the main names in the story, but whatever. This species evolved to hone their skill for hunting, whereas humans just became really, really advanced gatherers. Like, think about it.
What is materialism?
I think that idea was portrayed very, very well in this movie. The advanced technology that's designed so meticulously for the destruction of another living being. And again, I don't know how well this was portrayed in previous movies, as once again, I have not watched enough of them. But that's why you came to this channel. Like, you should expect that at this point. I'm a lazy piece of shit. I'm just giving you my unfiltered opinion. And in this case, it's that Dick and Butt and Android Yapper outdid Begonia. There you go. I said it. And I'm done. Those are all my disorganized thoughts on this movie. Let me know what you think in the comments. Roast me. Tell me that I'm right. Tell me that I'm wrong. I don't really care. As long as you comment, I'm happy. You know, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that bullshit. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. And, all right. Goodbye.